Can't hear you. I know. Can the audience, let's see if the audience can hear you. Yes, it says, I hear Jessica, but not Tim. Welcome everybody to Sons of Liberty Live. I'm Jessica Denson, your guest. Here's admin Tim, your host. We got to find out where Cliff is. Actually, he's dealing with some car repair issues. Let's see if he's going to be coming. I hope so.
How about now?
Now, bingo.
Okay,
Got
I figured
you.
it out. I have an audio plugin for the computer for like whenever I do musical instruments, I can plug them straight into the computer.
Okay.
And if that thing is not on, like if I reboot the computer, all my audio runs through that, including the microphone for some reason. I can't figure out how to separate it. Anyway.
I cannot speak on anything related to this because I am notorious for letting my own show run in the background when we start live. I've got like YouTube. I don't think that it's there, but it's there and I forgot to close the window. And so my own show is like in a feedback loop as I'm going live on Lights On.
Oh yeah.
This happened countless times.
Yeah, you gotta use headphones. If I don't use the headphones, if they blow through the speakers, like my microphone is here, my speakers are there and there, so that it'll be like
definitely.
It won't be pretty. So what's up? Anything interesting happening in the near future?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know, we've just got a federal military occupation of the nation's capital going on, not to mention the attempted takeover of other cities. And yeah, I think it might be time to call for the removal of the regime. What do you think?
You know, I heard that there's this thing called the Removal Coalition. Have you heard of this?
Yeah. I have heard of it. I've heard of it so much that I am the founder of it. And it's growing. And breaking news, the Sons of Liberty are now in the Removal Coalition. I know. We're very excited about this.
I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank every member that voted on the Academy to get us here.
I'm trying to get political drain into that as well, but I'm happy to be a part of Sons of Liberty and say that I'm at least adjacently a part of that.
We can.
I feel like I saw you in the meeting.
We can make it happen. I think we can definitely make it happen. All we need, which.
Oh, is that me? It's usually me. It's
all
not
we need.
It's not me this time. Thank God. That was on purpose. Like all we need is you don't want them in.
Yeah,
we don't want it.
It's classified.
It's classified.
Oh, there she is. At her back there.
Yeah, it's that sneaky VPN. Sorry about that. So anyway, where were we? Remove Trump, not remove Jessica from the stream. Let's clear this up here. Right. Yeah.
Wasn't me.
So the Removal Coalition. Yeah, we have you guys, first of all, like, I just want to remind everybody, the last time I was on this show, I was here with Cliff. Cliff is supposed to be with us tonight, but I don't know. He's having some repair issues going on his tour. So hopefully he can pop in. But last time I was on this show, we literally like brainstormed and created 314, the Veterans March. We brought those two ideas together, had this huge march that you guys were an incredible part of supporting. And any protest that I have been involved in planning has been explicit about our messaging. Our point is constitutional removal of this illegal president and administration from office. Like, if you're not using your energy from these protests to message that, I honestly don't know what you're doing. So that's been my thing every time I organize a protest. But my point with the Removal Coalition was to get it so I'm not the only one doing it. So as much energy from all of these resistance groups that are out there can be explicit and explicitly directed at impeachment, removal, and translating that pressure to the media, translating that pressure to Congress. So there's no more plausible deniability that there's not like popular support for removing Trump from office, which is such an infuriating concept. Like, we are clearly in the majority here. So it's just been growing and growing, and I'm really excited about it. And now you guys are a part of it. And we've got this massive, massive event. It'll be the third under the Removal Coalition banner coming up on September 2nd. September 2nd is the main day, but it's kind of like a 3-day event, the 1st to the 3rd in Washington, D.C. Headed off at the Flair headquarters, lots of veterans, lots of handmaids in Handmaid's Tale costumes, lots of influencers, agitators, disruptors, all peaceful, of course, but very noisy, very spicy. And we're going to peacefully march to the halls of Congress to demand impeachment and removal.
Sorry, that was me sending a picture to Cliff, letting him know that we're on right now.
He's failing. Okay, so
he's got some mechanical issues with his van. He's currently on tour, so
yeah,
we'll give him a pass on that one.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to mute myself. I got Cliff on the phone. 1 second.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
See?
So the reason why I've called you all here today is because I'd like to talk to you about your life insurance policy.
No, I'd like to talk to you about the Mississippi infant death rate, sky high infant mortality rate, so high that they just called a public health emergency. That's what I like to talk about. Why I was late was because I was recording that video and everything went wrong, possibly, and made it last longer than I expected. Are we back, Jessica?
Yes, I'm back, and Cliff's coming. Cliff's coming from the rain, working on his van, but he's going to be here anyway.
Outstanding.
On the rain.
Yeah.
So before I find out, I did want to ask the people who would be speaking, because last night I was speaking to Flair, and this list keeps growing. Finally, people in Congress and the Senate finally coming down to the good old plebeians down here, in the streets and saying a friggin' word and actually being behind us. But before you give me that list, I want to let everybody know who's been watching our content, who watches SOL, Political Drain, who watches the type of spicy things we do.
Yeah.
Do not get it twisted. When you say to yourself, the reason why this won't work, or I want them gone too, but by saying we want them gone, we could be doing something more important because it will never work. One of the reasons why you say that, and I understand it, is because you actually believe that people in Congress or people in the Senate don't care enough, or are too beaten down, or you are too beaten down to believe it. So when she tells you the list of people who are speaking and more people who will speak, how you doing, Cliff? Remember that all of those people coming to speak, and all of the people who will speak the next time, and the next time, and the next time, only comes because we asked for it. Only comes because we demand it. So 2 weeks ago, it seemed impossible. 2 weeks from now, it can easily seem insurmountable. But I guarantee you that if you demand it, those people will respond, because they have to get elected again. And they are political animals. They just don't think it matters until we prove to them that it matters. And so, we've done that to these one, or that one, or this one, or that one. And it takes just a few more before the fact is, when you see that this guy's putting his face on the sides of buildings in Washington, and when you see that he's openly saying everybody wants a dictator, People only can deal with that if we don't make us think about it every freaking time, all the time, every day, all day. At night, in the morning, at midnight, put up more pictures, be there more, get arrested more. At that point, one of those people will come down from their high horse and meet Jessica on the stage and talk on the second, and then another one. And the other people who all follow like pigs and horses to the trough will realize that those ones are getting more people, more TV time than they are.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, you know it. They want attention.
Who's gonna be there? Who said
who's gonna be there? Well, the one and only Representative Al Green will be there, because he's the one who has been willing to do this, been willing to stand out, been willing to take the lead. He's the only one who has both filed and forced a vote on impeachment. And it's interesting what you said. I'll go through the list. We've got me, we've got Carlos Alvarez Araños, we've got a representative from Flair, a female, actually a sexual abuse survivor, I believe, is going to be speaking. So really excited about that. We've got Sergeant Rhodes, who I know a lot of you are familiar with, has been such an active player in the protest movement since showing up at 314. We've got Randy, who's another very active vet, who's there almost every day at Flair out in front of Union Station. And we've got a growing list of Congress people knocking at our door wanting to show up. And I am very happily, my friends, vetting that list, because anybody who has ever spoken at a Jessica Denson protest knows that there are conditions to being welcome to speak on that stage. And if you're not willing to call for the impeachment and removal of this man now, not before the midterms, which I think are a fantasy if you think that that's your way out of here without waging one hell of a fight right now, then you don't get a platform. Sorry. So we're gonna have one of a couple things. Either these congressional folks that want to join us agree to these terms, or maybe we'll just have like a one-woman press conference from the stage there at Flair with me and them, and I'll just put them on the spot if they come down there. So we'll see. Either way, we're putting them on the spot. Either they're joining our cause, or the people are going to hear why the hell they're not joining our cause right now. Because like I've shared internally, like just like Doug was saying, they need us. We don't need them. They need us. They desperately need us. And we're giving them the pathway to if there is any window for their reelection and an electoral path out of this, we're giving them that pathway. We're giving them that trail of heroism that the people have so desperately been wanting them to take.
Outstanding.
Cliff, is that a surfboard?
It is. I am
Cliff. Hi, Cliff.
I'm on tour. I'm having a little bit of a hard time keeping up. I'm doing like 19 shows and 3 protests in 27 days across the U.S., driving about 6,500 miles. So I'm currently in an AutoZone parking lot. I was working on my van, but it started raining, so I was just kind of like hanging in the van, hoping the rain would stop. So that's what I'm up to.
God bless you, Cliff.
Not more exciting.
Your sacrifice has not gone unnoticed.
Well, 9/2 is kind of like, it happened. It's happening then because that's when it needed to happen. But I've had this tour planned for, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, and it's all these shows, and I can't cancel it. So I'm trying to chime into Signal chats and email threads and social media in between long drives during the day and shows at night. So I'm half as effective as I usually am. I'll tell you what's on my mind, though. I might jump off early, so I can't go over 60 miles an hour in this van right now, and that's only if I'm on flat ground, and I have to drive 8.5 hours to Kansas City tomorrow. But I'll tell y'all what's on my mind is a few things, and I'll rattle them off, and then I'll y'all have more time to talk because I don't have much else to say. But September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are vitally important in DC, especially September 2nd. Anybody that's coming needs to really, really concentrate on the impeachment angle and message, and also the Epstein optics. So have two posters. One, Congress left early for the recess to run from the Epstein issue. So we need to greet them when they return with more Epstein optics they could have imagined in their worst nightmares. That'll make international news if we do it big enough. That means massive signs, massive banners, big crowds. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say is every city within a half a day's drive of DC, you holding any protest that doesn't direct people to DC is counterintuitive to the entire goal. We're trying to get people to DC on September 1st. If you're having a protest an hour away on the same day, you're not helping at all. You're diluting what could happen in DC. And I just want to stress to you, it not only is it not helpful, it's kind of infuriating. We're not gonna fix this issue by having protests in parks all over the United States. The Nazis in DC don't give a shit if you have a protest in Tempe in a park. They just don't. And if you're a half a day's drive from DC, it's completely useless and wasteless for you to be having protests in freaking Baltimore or Annapolis when you could be in DC. Even if a third of that crowd can come to DC, if a third of those crowds from all 10 of those cities come to DC, we need those numbers. So if that pisses people off, that's good. You can be wrong and mad at the same time. You're not helping by having protests around Washington, D.C. Go to D.C. That's where the Nazis live. Nobody gives a shit if you protest where you live. Go protest where the Nazis live. The last thing I want to say is Fox Takedown. We've now got this thing going in 15 cities across the United States, from New York City to D.C., from Sacramento to Tampa to Baltimore to Cleveland. And we want to grow it. We want to get it in every single city where there's a Fox affiliate. And we're going to set a November goal. We haven't zeroed in on a date yet, but we're going to set a goal for having a national day of action that is Fox. So if we do want to mobilize people nationwide, then by God, let's aim them at something. Let's aim them at the Nazi disinformation network. So what I want to see is millions of people nationwide mobilized at every single Fox affiliate in the country and see if they don't feel that shit. Because they don't feel it when you go to a park, but they feel it when you show up at their office and knock on their door, I promise. So we're going to be working on that. And lastly, I know I said the last one was lastly, but really lastly, it's this country's a powder keg. I think that's obvious to anybody with eyes or ears. I just want to beg of people, if or when that fuse gets lit, don't think you're going to chop a tree down by knocking the leaves off. You cut the trunk. Don't waste your time grappling with fake ICE redneck masked douchebag child molesters in the streets. That's not effective. If and when that time comes, you cut the tree down by the trunk, not by the leaves.
I want to say there's no. You said 100% right. If you guys want to learn what he meant by that and not get smashed by the FCC or YouTube, hit us up. One of these sergeants here will let you know what that means. And there's other groups that we have that can help organize that sort of an action. But more importantly, I think that what you said before, not in this moment, but in one of our meetings that we had before, you said if all the people that were at the No King's Day marches in all of those cities were all in one place in DC, The minute you said that, the light bulb came, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It would be bigger than, but there wouldn't be streets left to drive on if all of those people were in DC instead of the million here, million there, 5 here, 100,000 here. Well, not, I mean, 10,000, 1,000, 5,000, whatever it was, but I do over 2 million altogether. If all those people were in DC, we wouldn't be talking about why don't they ever showcase this on the news. We'd be saying to ourselves, "Dang, did you see how they walked on top of that news van? Did you see how there was no place for the cameraman to go?" It made sense. It just made sense.
Yeah, and if they were all in DC,
you're silent.
I'm silent.
I hear.
Okay, you hear me, Doug?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so if they were all
jammed right now.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I said, I knew I shouldn't have.
If they were all in DC and they were all saying impeach and remove Trump in one unified voice, that message could not be ignored. The media could not ignore it. These spineless cowards in Congress could not ignore it. There would be a paradigm shift if every single person in this movement were in DC messaging that. That would be the occupation that we the people need. That changes. All these people that you hear saying it's never going to happen. It can happen.
And here's the thing with, I don't remember which of the protests it was that was an estimated 13 million, but people inevitably say, well, not all those people can get to DC. Well, I don't need them all to. Even if 75% of them can't come, that's still over 4 million. The biggest protest on the books that we know of was the Women's March. That was 2.5. If 4 million people showed up in DC, it would be felt around the world. It would be an unmistakable message to all of our allies, to all of the real Americans who are still in the military and military intelligence and upper brass military, people that have been let go or fired or retired. The real Americans who know this country needs saving would get that message loud and clear if 4 million of us showed up. And you know what the National Guard can't do to 4 million people? Nothing. You know what 10,000 National Guard can do to 4 million people? Fucking nothing. ICE, nothing. Capitol Police, nothing. Metro Police, nothing. You can't do shit to 4 million people. You gonna shoot 4 million people, or are you gonna arrest 4 million people? Good luck, because you'll need it. You can't do anything to 4 million people. That's why Gandhi was successful. It's the strength in numbers thing. I mean, it's a wave of bodies, and you couldn't stop it if you tried. And when those soldiers,
Victor Maitland from Beverly Hills Cops, that would be a neat trick.
What about Beverly Hills Cops?
I don't know. It's fucking random.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all right, but the rednecks, the little racist redneck pedophile Proud Boy cats, they're gonna hate real Americans no matter what, because somebody's got a tan or somebody got a mohawk or something. But the real law enforcement, Capitol Police and DC Metro, probably the most progressive police forces in the country. They don't want to be helping ICE. They don't want to be listening to Trump. The mayor of that city does not like Trump, does not enjoy anything that's happening. So DC is actually a very sympathetic spot for us to be focusing our energy. And if 4 million people, or even 1 million people, if massive crowds show up, DC Metro Police and Capitol Police aren't going to be violently attacking that crowd. They're going to be like, hey, let me clear the road for you. I mean, it's just a fact. Now, the little ICE Proud Boy shit, like, I don't know what they'll do, but there won't be enough of them to matter. And we can show them that if we need to. But I mean, I think that we're fucking lazy that we haven't done it yet. I think all of us in this country sit around and complain. I mean, the people on this live are doing shit, and a lot of other people are doing shit. Most of the country is just complaining, and we're complaining about our leaders not doing enough. the bare minimum that we could have done is shut that city down, and we haven't done it yet. So we don't get to complain about shit until we shut down DC. That's what we should have done before he was ever inaugurated.
Yeah.
The fact
and
that
you
we
know
haven't.
one thing that I've seen discussed so many, like all these signal rooms that Cliff and I and all you guys are in, that are so, like, we hear all these conversations that are, I'm going to be honest, like some of these conversations are really pathetic. Some of them are really pathetic. And some of them are like, well, what about the MAGA people? And what about the people that aren't invested in the protest movement? Like, we activists, like, we see everything and we're on top of all the news and we're like plugged into, like, honestly, like, I don't want to say I don't care about the rest of the people, but for our purposes, I don't care. Like, we are enough. Like, you have to understand, our movement is already enough. It simply has to be channeled in the right directions. Like Cliff is saying. Yeah. Like, honestly, that 20, if it's 30, I think it's well under 30%. But whatever percent's in the cult, like, I'm honestly not concerned with them. Like, the complacent, disengaged Americans that haven't showed up in a single protest since January, I'm honestly not that concerned with them. We are enough to make this happen. We are enough. We simply have to channel our energy in the right directions.
And to be clear, because there are people who are, let's say, physically unable to attend, or they are emotionally or mentally unable to attend. For example, they have issues with the crowds. Those people can still support the movement, the coalition, the protests.
Absolutely.
In any number of ways. For example, we have a get out of jail war chest. We have I'm speaking strictly for Sons of Liberty. I don't know about anybody else and their outliers and peripheral support. We have a crisis response team where people can basically get on Discord, sit in a voice channel, do video chats. They're constantly surfing social media. They're looking at live streams. They're looking at drone footage, etc., watching our backs on the ground. So people can contribute outside. Like, you don't just have to show up to a protest. Don't let that discourage you. You should definitely be there if you can. But if you cannot, for some reason, you got to go to the judge Tuesday morning, talk about your divorce, your child support, that time that you beat the neighbor's ass because he had a upside down flag, whatever the case may be. You can't be there in person. You can still support the movement. I just wanted to throw that out there because I'm gonna get people in the comments that are like,
No, let me
and when I
add
say
to that.
Get to DC, I don't mean like if you're disabled, if you have $1, if you live in Alaska, that's not who I'm talking to. If you're able-bodied and financially able, and you live in Richmond, Baltimore, Bethesda, Annapolis, Fredericksburg, Williamsburg, I mean, there are millions and millions and millions of people within like 3 hours of DC. Yep. And we can't shut DC down, then maybe we fucking deserve whatever happens to us. If we can't do that simple ass thing, I mean, Jessica comes to DC from LA. I drive from 7 hours away. If people in a 3-hour radius can't take a day off and come and shut that city down, it seems to me like we want fascism, evidently. I mean, the American people have been so fucking lazy with this thing. It's like, it makes the people fighting feel very frustrated.
Can I jump in with 2 resources real quick? And yeah. Okay, so if you go to removalcoalition.org, one of the groups on there is called the People's Think Tank. They're one of the other new groups. Welcome the People's Think Tank to the Removal Coalition with Sons of Liberty. They are down there on the website. Click on the People's Think Tank. On their website, there's a tab that says Removal Caravan. They are trying to help people coordinate rides within driving distance of DC. Like Cliff said, like 10 hours, 12 hours, they are helping people coordinate rides. So if you're interested in that, go to the removalcoalition.org, click on the People's Think Tank, and the Removal Caravan there will help you get together. The one other thing for people, like this is probably my number one ask if you can't physically be there. Another group in the Removal Coalition, it's up there on top, they've been with us from the beginning, is Citizens Impeachment. These people are mobilizing citizens in congressional districts locally to lobby their members of Congress for impeachment relentlessly. This movement has been very effective. If you remember a few months ago that Michigan Rep. Shri Tanadar first filed articles of impeachment, kind of popped out of nowhere and did it. That was because of the pressure of citizens impeachment. It's a very effective movement. It's highly, highly organized. So if for any reason you can't join us, I want you to join us. But if for any reason you're disabled, whatever else, get involved with citizens impeachment. They're doing real work.
I just want to say this because I think it's super, super important, and one of the things that maybe but I have a perspective in that others may not. It's not, if you're not disabled and if you're not too far, if you're not documented, if you're at risk, if you're Black, and you think that it is more dangerous for you to be there than others, I understand. Don't go. I may be the only one to tell you that. Don't do it. Come to Discord. Join the CRT. Maybe join a group that's going to be driving to and from. Maybe babysit someone else's kid so they can go. Maybe do something on the phone and get others to go. I want you to understand that there are enough people who have the least amount of risk that can put themselves forward to fill up 3 Washington DCs. So it's not just if you're disabled, if you have too much anxiety. I understand that part of it, and there is that discussion that's being had in communities of color about that. I want you to know I stand with you there. What you can do is something. You can get people there. You can help. You can promote. You can still make it bigger without putting yourself at risk of getting deported. We're not saying that. All right. So I just think that's super important to say. And I get it all the time in my community. And I want them to understand that I'm not pushing them out there. I'm saying there's something we can do because we all live here, and it's fucked up. We can do something. So I just wanted to say that. I thought that was important. I'm sure I'll get heat for it.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, there's more than enough white people to pick up the slack for the vulnerable people out there. So this should be like a white people get your asses out to DC.
I was about to say white
I
people.
wasn't going to say that.
White on white crime. The good whites fighting the bad whites.
Por favor.
We had who is the guest that we had on where you and she were talking and I just kind of sat in the background because I'm the only white guy there, and you were like, I'm sitting this one out, white people, it's your turn to step up.
Miss, you know what, I'm about to find it because she just texted me again the other day, and we had a good little laugh. That has been in the back of my mind. Tell the people. Tell the people. Yeah.
Yes, tell the people.
With what's his name? With W.
Sunny.
Tell the people with Sunny and W1.
Sunny.
Yeah.
I just want to piggyback on one thing that you guys mentioned a few minutes ago, and that is how friendly the law enforcement is to us. And they have been since the beginning of this movement. Like Cliff and I have been in DC since January. Every single time we've had to coordinate with MPD, with Capitol Police, with, whatever agency we've had to get permits from or we've been interacting with, every single time we've had completely supportive relationships with them. And I know like one of the angles, and this is like definitely your guys' territory, one of the angles is really like, understanding that so many of the National Guardsmen out there, first of all, a lot of them are kids. Second of all, a lot of them do not want to be there. Like I'm getting intel from people on the ground that they're literally like going like off to post anti-Trump content, like literally as they're on duty there. Okay, so these people are not our enemies. I think we need to educate them about their rights as much as possible, and just understand like like we're not at war with each other. We're at war with these Nazis that, you know, are against us all. So just a reminder.
I'm gonna wear my
Hey,
DD.
I love you guys.
I should wear my.
No, you can't go,
Sorry,
Cliff.
go ahead.
Nope, you can't go.
I have to get this. I can't drive 60 miles an hour for 9 hours tomorrow. It took
You
me
look like you
12
might be too
hours to
tired to
get here.
drive, brother, but
I am, but it took
It's
me
like
12
Sammy
hours to
Hagar,
get here
but
from
5 miles
Kansas.
more.
as we
It
talk
took
over
me
him.
12 hours. It took me 12 hours to get here from Kansas, which is like an 8.5-hour trip. So I can't do that the rest of the way across the country.
Done that trip so many times. All right, wishing you strength, and you know, I'll be praying for the repair of your cars.
You too, sir.
I love y'all.
Have a
I'm
good
sorry
one.
to be on late and hop off early, but y'all do fine without me.
All right.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Bye, Cliff.
Hey, punch Nazis.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna get canceled for libs of TikTok is out there watching right now. They're talking about violence with Nazis.
You know, if she would have saw what I said, well, I'll leave it alone. I'll try.
Yeah, anytime I say fight, it is a figurative fight, just to clarify. No.
Not me.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
I've said countless times I'm 100% down to catch charges, misdemeanor charges for punching Nazis. I don't give a fuck.
All right, we're here.
In front of a judge, and people's like, "Why did you do this?" Well, because he's a fucking Nazi, and punching Nazis is my heritage. It's heritage, not hate.
I'm not sure how many red hats watch this or how often bitches of TikTok throw it out there and let other people her ridiculous, toothless
I hope she
sister
watches every
fucking
day.
hordes of ignorant assholes watch this as well. I don't know how many are there watching, but just in case, maybe not a lot of them are, like I think, I'm just gonna say this. The way that people like Titler in Yahtzee, Germany, got people to enjoy and go rah when the military was in the streets was because at the same time he had a work program and he lifted unemployment. At the same time, he had the people's car, the VW Bug, right? And nobody could buy it. They all were saving pennies, but they were working towards something. At the same time, he promised housing for everybody. The buildings are still there in Germany now, as dilapidated and empty as they were when he was there, but he promised something. There was something. The trains ran on time. They were in a hunger crisis before he got there, and then they weren't, supposedly, when he wasn't. Now, of course, that's because you got rid of half of the damn population so your people could eat more. But whatever it was, that is why they were accepting and goose marching and raising the hand. Allow me to give you an idea, people out there. Jessica, just close your ears. Allow me to give you an idea out there, good people. There is an ignorant, stupid, frothing horde of toothless fucking sister fuckers that hate education, that hate science, and that are waiting to shoot something because they have 100 guns in their house. There's no need for you to go against that army because soon they also won't have health care, food, money, and jobs. You want to know who can fight all of the pawns out there, who can go out there and do the most damage? Stick them on them. Let's use some psychological warfare. Remind them who put them there. When you see that Mary Jane lost her job and Uncle Bob can't afford the health care or the dentist to get his dentures in, remind him when he sees those troops out there, you know what? Did you know that he did this to you? Do you remember that this happened? Make it a campaign. Get 5 people. Push it. And I know that it's good. Bitches of TikTok, you're not going to like it. but you don't have enough numbers, and neither does the military that he wants to put out there. I guarantee you, we can work a lot smarter fighting the trunk and leave the pawns, to the idiots who put us here. Maybe they can redeem themselves by becoming heroes or martyrs. I don't care. But leave that to them. We got bigger fish to fry. And if you're going to do something, plan it. Not with the people out there on the street. Find a way to sick them on those people if you have to. If that's what it comes down to. If it's a war, there's a war. But that's not for us. They don't have those numbers. They're not fed. They don't have a car. Their jobs are lost. Their hospitals are gone. It's only so much racism that will keep them afloat. I promise you, we don't have to be out there every day fighting like He-Man and G.I. Joe. We can plan and strategize and find a way to use them. I just thought that maybe you guys might want to think about that before you go out there in the next couple of weeks when you see more people on the street with camouflage on. Find a way to use someone else.
Very well said. Very well said. That's very much in line, Doug, with what my pitch has been for years. You know, like I, of course, came out of MAGA, so I have a level of not empathy, not sympathy, but understanding of the brainwashing that these people are subjected to.
I apologize for my over-the-top characterization.
Okay. That was pretty sanitized. I could tell you were trying really hard.
I did brief everyone. I'm like,
Jessica's coming.
Jessica came from a conservative background. We can't swear around her. It's okay if Jessica says fuck, but we cannot say fuck around Jessica because we have to let her open that door. Once Jessica says fuck, everyone else can say fuck once. You get one. Everybody gets one. If she says it a second time, then everyone gets two fucks.
Oh man, this is true. Like last time,
yet, brother.
Last time Tim was so good. He was so clean, and then I was just like f. And so this time I'm like, I'm gonna sanitize. It's gonna be, you know, clean Jessica. Although, you know, I feel it. But yeah, what was I saying? Anyway, yeah.
I was saying I apologize for the characterization of it, but
no. So yeah, like we do not. That's what they want, right? They would love us to see us fighting each other. And what I have always said, like what I said, I literally said that this the day after the election, which by the way, I don't believe for 1 second Donald Trump actually won. But I said this the day after the election. Your strongest allies in this fight some of your strongest allies in this fight are going to be former Trumpers, former MAGA. Because once they come out, once the wool is pulled from their eyes, and they realize what fools they have been taken for, how badly they have been used, they are going to be so disgusted that disgust is going to fuel their resistance in ways that you can't imagine. I mean, this is essentially my story. You know, I mean, my story is like a whole personal awakening, moral, spiritual, everything that got me to where I am. But it's basically that. Like, I followed these people because way back when I thought they were the freedom people. And when I realized they were using like the platform of freedom, like there's nothing in this world that I care more about than freedom. And it's basically what we all want and we're all living for is freedom and love. And that they use that platform to bring authoritarianism and oppression and division and just disgusting perversion of our Constitution. Like when I realized that, I'm like, hell no, not on my watch, not on my watch. So, you know, like Doug is saying, you know, see the forest for the trees in this fight here, be smart. We are not at war with each other. And ultimately, what I want to see is all of that outrage that they want you to engage in conflict with one another. Direct that outrage at Congress. Like all this whole conversation.
And Fox News.
Yeah. Fox News and Congress. Like these people, like, please, I don't care how you're talking about coming down from their like their palace and everything to meet with the people. Like, they work for us. Do not lose sight of this. I'm so tired of these conversations. They're like, they're never going to move. They're never. If we control them, like, understand that they have nothing without us. Nothing. We have to be more assertive about exerting that control that we have over them. Period. Yeah. Like, they're our servants. And it's like we've just given this up in so many ways and just taken for granted the corrupt ways that they usually operate.
Half of the reason for that, though, is we've allowed too much for too long. You let it go into such a way that it's hard to rein them in. For instance, if you live in Texas, you're fucked. It's over with. It's over with. I mean, your best bet is to be in DC as often as possible because your state sucks. There's nothing you can do there. They have gerrymandered the shit out of you. And they may have made a mistake, and now we're thinking, oh, wait a minute, there's more blue dots to come from that. But we allowed so many little things to go on for so long that feeling like, what can I do with a congressman, to a congressman? Well, they don't think there's much that, not all of them, but the reason why it's so hard to get to them is because they don't think that they have to. If you're a Republican, you don't have to come to a what do you call it? A town hall. Who cares? They're going to vote for you anyway. You don't think that you have to meet with this person or march with this person. You don't even have to have one stinking bill. You just have a really good X account, really good TikTok account, and you know enough people are going to vote for you. We don't vote in the midterm, so we've kind of allowed too much. And so I want to also just think, like, when this time is over with, when this thing is done, when we get done with destroying this authoritarian rule, I want us all to remember not to go back to the way it was. I want to go back to always holding them to account, watching media that's always on their ass, always asking questions of the people we like, make it our duty, right? We have to remember to do that because now they're living under the cover that we've provided them for so long because we were milquetoast about our democracy and
that's, to me, what you are saying right now is literally the silver lining of this whole thing. Yeah. Because if Kamala Harris had taken the presidency, yes, our democracy would not be in flames right now. But a lot of the corruption that has gone on for years on both sides, and I'm not a both sides person, but you know what I'm saying. We have a systemic corruption we would not be tackling it. We would not be exposing it to the degree that we are. Like, this is a genuine opportunity for moral chemicalization like we have not seen in this country probably since we got rid of slavery. Okay. This is that opportunity. Like, we genuinely need to clean house, like you're saying, after this. Yeah. Yes, we get rid of the rot at the top, and then we almost, like, I don't want to say we have to start over, but in ways we do. We really have to clean up.
Mm-hmm. What's that, Sarge? That you don't.
I was gonna say earlier when you were talking about the midterms and whatnot, and the Republicans, it's like liberals have the chance to do the funniest thing ever right now, and that is run as a Republican.
Yep.
And the only thing you gotta say is, I will hold town halls.
Yep.
I will hold town halls, and don't say anything else.
People.
Don't fucking say anything else. If anybody asks me, like, we can talk about that at my town hall, that I will definitely have and will definitely be at, and just shame the shit out of the other guy who's like, I don't have town halls because I'm a pusillanimous person.
Because you screw little kids. That's why you don't have town halls.
Oh yeah, throw that in there too.
Say that. Tell them that.
I'm not on Grindr, and if I were, it's none of your damn business. I don't have sex with underage children. and I'll have town halls.
How
That's
about
my
this?
platform.
How about this? I will release the Epstein file. This guy
All right,
voted
look,
not to
you're
release
building the platform for me.
it. This guy voted not to release it. He ran away from Congress. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I'm a Republican. And you know what? If you want to know how well that works, just ask that dude who I think he was North Carolina. He ran as a Democrat, got elected the next day almost, like within a week, became a Republican, and not only a Republican, like MAGA, hardcore Nazi fuckface Republican. Like really, like
They do that in
Surely we
Georgia,
can run a
too.
few of these candidates. Surely we can do this.
that.
Absolutely.
Smart people with big brains.
Come
Show me
on.
funny as hell.
Come on.
There's holes. There's holes.
I would do it, but then they'd be looking at my youth. They'd be like, "No,
No,
this
it
is
has
Big
to be
Sarge from Sons of
unknowns.
Liberty."
It's got to be
Definitely
unknowns.
gotta be unknowns. I don't know if that could. Although I had about a good year of talking about Democrats like I do about Republicans. I could maybe convince them if I just started reposting all those again. They wouldn't know the difference. Anyway, yeah, good idea, Sarge. And anybody else out there who's thinking about something like that, really good idea. Democrats could also be doing town halls now where Republicans aren't, and not have to do anything else but show up.
And if you're a Democrat and you hold a town hall and you get angry Republicans there, just be like, "Hey, I'm here for you, even though you're on the opposite political party. Where's your guy at? Where is he? He's not even you."
Some of them have done that, right? Some of them have so far.
A few people have.
Yeah. I saw a town hall for I can't remember where it was, but he was like a House rep, and he was primarily bombarded by like angry MAGA voters. He's just like, "Hey, listen, your guy's not here. I'm here for you."
Yeah.
Where are they? They're not. And I understand that we come from different sides of the aisle, but realistically speaking, here's what I believe. And by the way, I know that you believe that too, because we all have this in common. Better pay, et cetera, et cetera. Just start listing off common issues that everybody has common ground on. And people are like, "Yeah, why is the guy supporting this?"
Exactly.
Exactly.
All you have to do is
you don't have to get them to promise to vote for you. You just have to get them to understand that voting for that guy again is going to be more of the same shit.
All you got to do is go there and not say everybody's going to die someday. If you can do that,
it's such a low
bar.
Like if we're playing,
what's that lady's name?
What's that stupid game with the hokey pokey or some shit, the Mambo game? I don't remember. The fucking step over the bar.
Yeah, step over the bar. Yeah, the bar is pretty low for Republicans right now. After we get rid of after you get rid of Trump, after we oust him, after we put the articles in, and it's not the only way to get rid of him. There's other legal ways. Like there's that, isn't that the 25th Amendment where like he obviously is crazy.
Yeah, he'd have to be declared like in incapable of continuing in his position and have the cabinet coalesce around that, which is a highly unlikely scenario given this cabinet.
Yeah,
nothing's impossible. Like I've said, like listen, I've been a relentless drumbeat. Like my
limbo
issue
that's
I
what
came
it is.
out of the gate with was Section 3. Okay, listen, I will never drop it. We are dealing with a disqualified president. He's an insurrectionist. Like actually, you were speaking about Nazi Germany earlier, Doug. Let me just remind people of history a little bit here. Hitler was an insurrectionist. If Germany had the equivalent of a Section 3 of the 14th Amendment in their founding documents, in their constitution, Hitler would have never rose to power in the 30s. Okay? That is how vital Section 3 of the 14th Amendment is.
Well
okay?
Said.
And our Congress, in spite of that terrible ruling in Trump v. Anderson, it was terrible, but it only Trump v. Anderson. Yeah, the one that said he couldn't be removed from the ballot. It was stupid. It was not right, but it didn't touch his actual disqualification. He remained disqualified. And our lawmakers blew right past that on January 6th. Like, in the name of a peaceful transfer of power, they handed the keys to an insurrectionist who violated the peaceful transfer of power. The most twisted kind of, excuse. And they're all like, sometimes I go back to that moment, Doug. I go back to that moment on January 6th and the outrage that I had after championing that issue so much and getting like the real education from constitutional scholars who knew what the hell they were talking about and where we stood. And to know that every single one of those people on both sides of the aisle abandoned us and abandoned their oath. Like, that's literally what has gotten us here. We had the mechanism to keep Hitler out of power in the United States in 2025. And we said, oh no, thanks anyway. We're not going to deal with that.
Allowing him to run again after J6 is, I mean, the mere fact that he wasn't imprisoned immediately, I mean, in office, everything, immediately shows you how absolutely feckless the Democrats were. Because at that point, you won the election, you were attacked by a mob of night walkers, right, of zombies with Trump flags, beat up the police. It took you 4 years to arrest anybody. It took our what's his name, the Attorney General, 3 years to start looking into.
Sickening.
He should be under the jail right about now, and we just can't do it again. We can't. And there's, to go back to what we were saying earlier, it's got to be a restart. We got to get this guy out of here, and it has to start over. Everybody that's in there that's too old, that has continuously laid down and just sucked up all the oxygen in the room so that they could continue getting their insider information and kind of have things go on pretty good to carry on, right? So that they can keep making money, because they didn't think it's not that bad. At least I don't hate gays, At least I don't want black people to go back to slavery, right? That they'll vote for me. The truth is, some of them were so corrupt that they could not bring themselves to arrest somebody who's tried to kill them. And I'm talking about Democrats who tried to kill them, destroy them on J6, because doing so may just interrupt a little bit of what they got going on, right? They all got to go.
It's Tom Hawley running away. Josh Hawley.
Josh Hawley.
Is it Josh Hawley or Tom Cotton?
Manly.
Oh,
you
it was
just
both
call
of
him
them.
Mr. Manly. He's so manly. He's like the definition of manliness, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on the right, that's become the new norm. Like, everybody is. What's his guy's name? Who's the idiot on Fox who says men shouldn't drink through a straw? I call Trump daddy.
Who, Jesse Waters? I don't know. All of them are
Waters.
The same people who are like, you can't eat an ice cream cone because it looks like you're.
Because it looks gay.
Okay, but let me ask you this, my guy. Have you ever gone down on your wife? No? Well, I have, so.
Oh! It's only going to get worse.
Yeah, Jesse Waters had to, I think he flattened his current wife's tires to get her to need his help.
Yeah,
and
that's
go on a date with her the first time. That's how he got a woman, by
the
flattening.
same guy.
The fact that
I remember that.
And also
story.
his mother hates him. I don't want to say that. His mother loves him, but his mother knows what a lunatic he is when it comes to politics. And his
mom hates him. Say the truth. We heard she called him up on national TV to say, please stop your bullshit.
Yeah.
What are you
As
doing,
a parent,
son?
the one who gave you life, I'm obligated to love you, so therefore I must love you. But realistically speaking, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Ain't no way that you could come from my loins.
I know.
When your mother calls you on national TV to impress upon you how much you embarrass her. You know, you're the wrong person for the job, family. It's not for you. This ain't for you, fam. Like, this is not for you.
But just to go back to what you were saying about like how infuriated we all are that those processes took so long, like to charge Trump in the first place. And we can think back to so many times when people were telling us, just wait until the moment's right, or we can't do it right now. And that, to me, when I hear that, it brings me right back to where we are right now with this impeachment thing, where they're like, we don't have the votes, wait till the midterm. We don't have the luxury to wait. Like, once again, we are presenting you with the golden opportunity to save democracy. And are you just going to, once again, like, totally abandon it? Because that's what either they're taking this mantle right now, or they're honestly against us. Like, they're contributing to our downfall. One or the other.
The biggest problem I have is just when people are so dejected. When people are so dejected. I hate to say, I'm not gonna. I get where they're coming from when they say it. They're so dejected that they're saying anything besides punching Nazis won't work. Because it never has. They all hate us. We saw J6. That in itself can make you think, the hell are we doing? They literally tried to run up into the Capitol, and nobody cared. Why do we think that they're going to do this? And so I get it. I just want to.
Who was the girl that was taking hot loads to the chest?
What?
My bad. I was Ashley Babbitt joke.
Oh, damn. It's only going to get worse, Jess. I'm telling you. From here.
I have the hat.
That was the funniest joke I've ever heard. Now, wait a minute. I'm back. I'm back. What I was saying, people, before hot loads to the chest, before that, what I was saying is everything we don't like about that moment is perpetuated when we say they won't do it. That is exactly what they did.
Yep.
We, without knowing it, without thinking about it, just as a human reaction, are perpetuating that exact same thing. As I promise you, had there been as much of an outcry for the arrest, for him going to jail, for our stupid law enforcement, the district, what is his name again? Keep on. Attorney General. For these people to do it, if we showed up in the way that his people did that next day or that next week, it would have been different. It would have been different. So now we have a chance, not only to redeem ourselves, right, but to allow those people to redeem themselves or fall by the wayside.
Yep.
It can happen. We unwittingly perpetuate the nothingness, the do nothing, the same thing we hate about them.
Yes, it's nihilism. It's nihilism. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
And we don't mean to. I understand it. I'm trying to give you an alternative way of thinking about it. So maybe that changes as you sleep tonight, or it'll hit you before the first hint comes. If you're just on the edge, should I even be worried about doing this? Because what are we doing this for? What are the demands? That's an unreasonable demand. People have said that to me, and I can only tell them in love, I hear you, but it's only unreasonable because you're not there.
Yep. Exactly.
It would definitely be reasonable if 1 million people showed up. You know why? Because we have more soldiers overseas than we do at home. At least we did. Maybe not anymore. Than we do at home. They don't have the numbers. Whatever it is you're scared about, of us, they're pushing you out the way, and whatever it is you're scared about, they don't have it. We do. We win. We win.
Yeah.
Only if we show up. That's it.
Everything you want is on the other side of fear. One of my favorite cliche statements. I love that one though, because it's so true.
I love that. You were gonna say something, Sarge? Another hot load statement on the way here.
You know, I have a reputation to uphold, so.
Can I just tell you? Okay, this guy up here, Admin Tim, Big Sarge here, is like a country music, like hidden talent. Okay, fine. I won't say. All right, fine. It's a secret. It's a secret. But
it's not a secret.
I'm just saying.
He has come out the closet.
I'm just saying.
We all know.
So, all right. So the backstory on this is, all right. So if you tuned in to the Steve Hofstetter live stream, there was a very short snippet. It was like 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds, acoustic guitar and some, guy from Tennessee sounding motherfucker singing. And the backstory on that, Jessica has heard the whole thing.
I swear, this is like the Burly Dudes version of like Taylor Swift's 10-minute song. I don't even know the name of it, but like this is like that.
Yeah.
You guys, All Too Well, I think that's what it's called. This is like the Dudes version of that. Like this is like a damn good
She's
song.
a hardcore Swiftie.
Who is?
I think you just made
Admin V.
Sarge shed a tear. I think
Oh no.
I saw a glisten.
I didn't shed a tear. It's fucking onions. And onions.
I saw a glisten, brother. It's okay. You can open up to us, man. We're here for you.
For years, I've been saying, so Mrs. Admin Tim, my wife, is a huge country music fan. And when we go on road trips, she's driving. When she's driving, she listens to whatever she wants, which is usually like country music. Sometimes it's like hip hop and R&B, which I can deal with. I like hip hop. I don't like country music all that much. So she'll listen to country music, and she's listening to like Luke Bryan, and I'm like, it's just formulaic crap. I could write a better country song than this. So one day she got tired of me saying that. She's like,
do it.
Well, then do it. Why don't you do it? And I'm like, okay.
Wise woman.
And I kind of let it go, and I let it go. And then one day I got in my feelings, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. So I started thinking about, it's not one single relationship that I reflected on. It was like a combination of like, I'm going to say 5, but realistically, that's just to keep you from sounding like a whore. It was actually like your relationships that I was thinking about. And I'm like, oh, this one went wrong, and this one went wrong, and this one went wrong, and this one went spectacularly wrong, and a divorce, and a long-term partnership. So I just took all these experiences and I put them all together and like mashed them. Like, you know how like when you get Play-Doh and you like, I'm going to make Mr. Bill out of the Play-Doh, but then you don't feel like taking apart all the little individual pieces. You just like crush it all together into a giant multicolor ball. That's what I did. And I wrote this song, and I was like,
and it's beautiful.
Trying to like pre-compose it in my head. And so I'm like, all right, so I got these lines here, and I'm going to take it out a piece of paper and write in the little notes on, all right, so this is going to be D, this is going to be F, this is going to be E, blah, blah, blah. Started playing it. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to record it acoustic. And I did it. I sent it to Jessica, and I guess she kind of liked it okay-ish.
I'm like, is this? Well, this is the thing. These days, so many people are sending me like AI generated stuff, and I'm like, okay, here, I fucking hate AI. There, I did it. I hate AI.
Yeah.
I don't use Chat GPT. I don't use anything. Like, don't send me an AI generated like flyer or image of anything. You will get my
Yeah.
ire. I hate it. So I'm like, is this real? Like, this is not AI, because it was just so fucking good. It was really, really good. Really good.
Yeah. He's a softie. He's
Yeah.
a softie. He's an emotional man.
So anyway, guys, on that note, I'm gonna have to
that look
We're
he
talking
had.
about emotions. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
I thought you guys were tougher than this. Yeah, it's probably that time too, because I see the comings of little thunder there, a little lightning, and I'm already flickering. Like, this thing is gonna end up leaving. My internet is gonna end up leaving pretty soon.
So the moral of the story is know your power, flood DC, be relentless and direct about your demands for impeachment and removal, because we frankly are we are more than enough in this moment to do this. We simply have to recognize it. Go to removalcoalition.org, show up on 9/2, watch Lights On YouTube, on the Jessica Denson YouTube channel. And yeah, like, take your place. Basically, like, it's here. It's here for you. Take your place, take your power. What are we waiting for?
It. Told you.
Donuts.
I don't know what you said, but it sounded great, Jess. I agree 100%. All I heard was moral of the story.
Oh no.
I heard what are we waiting on, and I was like, I'm waiting on some donuts.
All right, guys. Love you. Great to
Jessica,
be
thank
here
you so
again.
much for being on the show. And Cliff, wherever
Yes.
you are.
We will wish
in that
Cliff a
parking
very
lot, I
safe
hope you
ride
got-
home.
Hope you're getting it all fixed and sorted.
Yeah.
And that you don't need a GoFundMe to fix your van.
Yes.
On that note, we will see you in DC on the 1st, 2nd, and or 3rd. Jessica Denson, once again, thank you so much for gracing us, our live stream, with your presence. Always a pleasure.
My pleasure, friends. My pleasure. See you soon.
I hope I didn't say the F word too much for you.
It's okay. It's okay. All is forgiven. All is well that ends well.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Tomorrow's live stream, we've got Father Nathan Monk. And that live stream is going to be, I believe, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. And after that, we don't have a Tuesday live stream because we'll be in DC. And then we've got some other live streams coming up. I think we're working on a little bird told me that New York's lieutenant governor might be interested in being on this show. And he is also a rap artist. I didn't know this. So you can Google that if you want. Ro Khanna is going to be on the show. And I think we have contact with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's PR person. So there's a possibility that we may actually see that on the show as well. And there are some other people that we have lined up. I'm not looking at my schedule, and Janet, who books all the people for the show, is probably going to kill me. She'll be in my DMs being like, I gave you the link, and I'll just have to be like, I was drinking too much. I don't know. Anyway, that is our time for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. You're all great. If you spent time with us, even if it was 5-10 minutes, thank you so much for giving us that time and for allowing us to come onto your device, whatever it's, your computer, smartphone, iPad, I don't give a fuck what it is. Thank you for tuning in to our show. You make it possible for us to do this. I'm signing off. Big Sarge out here. 2 claps and a motherfucking Rick. Woo! Fuck bitches, get money.